Thank you for tuning into the Papi J and Wize Jefe on the BS3 network. Before we dive into the show, we would like to remind our viewers that the opinions expressed on this show are solely those of the host. The BS3 network does not necessarily endorse or agree with any of the views we express on this program. Furthermore, the BS3 network is not responsible for the accuracy or timeliness of any information discussed on this show. While we strive to provide informative and entertainment content, we cannot guarantee the accuracy of everything said on Papi J and Wize Jefe. With that said, we encourage our viewers to take everything discussed on the show with a grain of salt and to do their own research and fact-checking when appropriate. Thank you for understanding, and now let's get into the show. And welcome to another episode of Papi J and Wize Jefe. I am Wize.
And I am Papi J.
And what's going on? We are on the BS3 network every Friday night, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. So we're going to jump into so it seems that Boosie Badazz has been arrested again.
Free Boosie.
So I guess he was in court for a gun charge that was dismissed, and the feds were waiting for him in the wings and snatched him up. Right now, we don't know what are the charges or what's he's being charged with. So our prayers out to Boosie. So hopefully, ain't nothing serious, man.
Gotta stop doing all these interviews, man. You be talking too much. He's one of them dudes that you gotta control what you say. Like, you can't say the same, because everywhere he go, they ask that same question or two questions, and his answer is the same all over. Like, he really believes in certain things, and you're getting crucified for the way you believe these days.
So would you? So you feel that these
it's a little extra. It's a little more reasoning for them to want to lock you up. You beat a charge, you beat a charge. Unless the other charge is way worse than that one. I mean,
well, the Fed snatched them up, so
man,
it was a good charge in Cali.
They can do that for anything. That's the state don't got you. The feds are coming back them up. That's them. That's how they move. Anybody who knows the feds, been to the feds, and what, you know that's how they move. The state can't control you. They can't get you. They probably try to arrest you 10 times and fail. And then they call their big brother. And they come in here and they don't need much to bust your balls. And they're gonna make him spend money. I don't think he really gonna. What he going? They probably just anything. He a flight risk, something. They could say anything. Like they could take something he said on the radio show and Vlad and all them. He be on everywhere. I follow the son like heavy, and I be wishing that he just chill. Like, sometimes I get it. Like, I would love to just be as open as that sometimes. I think people need it more and more. But when you're a big brand and thing like that, and you know how they take brands down, like this is like that. It's insane that people still repeat the same thing. You know that what you up against. There's no changing it. There's nothing. You up against the conglomerates and AI. You bugging. You got to relax. You got to relax, man. You got to have the right to remain silent. They know how you feel. You don't have to reiterate it. It makes you more of a threat. You're a threat just being black or Spanish or a minority or anything. So anything we do adds on and make it a threat. So you're just a threat. That's how they look at it. Like, oh, we got to shut them up. You know what? You want to be just braggadocious on every platform, on podcasts. Cool. Sit down for a little while. And they make you sit down. And even if it ain't nothing, he'll come out, make a record. They know his move. Like, he's going to get money. But at the end of the day, they slow you down. Just like how they deaded him on Twitter and they made him restart over, lose all those fans. Like, they know how to calm you down. Relax, my man. You tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just can't be just too braggadocious sometimes.
You just can't be saying the stuff that you're saying right now, man.
Especially when they know you got a following. They look at you as a threat.
So, well, free Boopsie. Hopefully,
Be free, man. Just relax, man. Stop. Just relax, man.
hopefully he get out. Hopefully he get out with having to serve the significant time.
Yeah, because they're gonna clickbait the shit out of his ass now.
Listen, everywhere I looked at was Boosie locked up. Boosie got locked up. Boosie, like, damn, like what the hell?
That's what I'm saying. They read that. That's the crazy shit. They pay attention to that. He's not even around. He's locked up right now. And the buzz is going on so crazy. The views are up so crazy that people, that's how they monitor, like, how much of a threat you are. Everybody want to brag about their followings and you being marked as a threat. Like, all right, that motherfucker get 1 more million. We're going to clip his ass. He keep getting crazy with these 1 more million followers, and we're going to have to, like, AI is going to, the computer will have to shut down.
All right.
Like I said, free Boosie, man.
So hopefully, hopefully it's not too serious and he can get out. All right, so another story, and it has to do with influencers. So a pair of Instagram influencers are facing prison time for allegedly getting caught with, after allegedly getting caught with more than 200 pounds of cocaine.
I don't think the 200 pounds is allegedly. Maybe the allegedly they.
All right, so the two women identified as Raquel Dolores Antiola of Van Nuys, California, and Melissa Dufour of Miramar, Florida. They were arrested last Thursday while driving Interstate 10 in Mobile, Alabama. So Antiola is an aspiring singer and rapper who performs under the stage name Raki. And Dufour, an influencer who models on Instagram, is the owner of a clothing brand called Sexy Sweat. So why would you think these two influencers would need to be traveling through Alabama with 200 pounds of coke?
To get that bread, man. To get that 200 pounds, let me tell you something. You was trying to get that bread. This ain't
it has an estimated street value of $3 million.
Listen, they probably was getting a couple of racks. Listen, I got to question the influencer because I listened to all the details, but I didn't hear influencer in what.
One is a aspiring singer rapper.
That's not an influencer.
Well, she has over 100,000 followers on Instagram, so that's why it makes her Instagram. It makes her an influencer.
All right.
And the other one, who has over 11,000 followers on Instagram, is a model on Instagram.
That's not an influencer.
Well,
I put a bad name on influencers. I just thought about it, man. You got to give me more than that. What they selling?
I'm just
not you.
I know this is article from Yahoo, so complex. I mean, so yeah,
they're gonna tone it down, yo. I want to keep up with. I'm interested to see how this plays out. So they both from them states, man. It's like in your blood when you're in them states.
So I got another one this one is crazy. This one's wild. So the former manager of a Starbucks coffee has won a $25.6 million lawsuit because of, listen to this, she was fired because she was white.
What state?
It happened here in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania. So these two white men had went into a Starbucks and they were waiting for someone else, waiting for a third party to come, and they had asked to use the bathrooms, and they were told no. And then the cops were called on them. A big thing happened. I remember this. I remember when it happened. They got arrested, and after that, protesters and all that. So Starbucks ended up firing the manager. Right, like a month later.
Manager is the one that told the people no.
I don't. Okay, so let's see. Former Starbucks region man who alleged that she and other white employees were unfairly punished after high-profile arrest of two black men at a Philadelphia location in 2018. Shannon Phillips won $600,000 in compensatory damages and $25 million in punitive damages on Monday after a jury in New Jersey found that race was a determinative factor in Phillips' firing in violation of federal and state anti-discrimination laws. So basically, she got fired because she was white.
Or for telling them no.
For not allowing two black men to use the bathroom in the Starbucks, yes.
And the rule in Starbucks is you got to buy something and use the bathroom, right?
I guess, I don't know. I've never really had to use the bathroom in Starbucks. I've gone and got what I had to get, and I'm out. So I don't know what exactly is their policy as far as the bathroom goes.
Well, the rule is you can't use the bathroom if you're not buying nothing from the establishment. Nah, that bitch was wrong anyway, because they said they was waiting for a third party.
Yeah.
So I still could use the bathroom. I'm waiting. I'm going to sit down at this table and wait for my party before we order. Because we having coffee together. I understand that scenario. In that scenario, she's wrong. In the other scenario, nah, because he said that he was waiting for a third party. See, once they made it clear they was waiting on somebody, they're not in a rush to order their coffee. Then if a person wants the bathroom, then he's a customer. So she should have got fired. Well, I don't know why yeah, she could have got fired because it made a big thing about it. It caused a lot of shit.
Because all right. So the two men, they reached an agreement with the city of Philadelphia for $1 each, right? And a promise from officials to set up a $200 program for young entrepreneurs. And the Philadelphia Police Department adopted a new policy on how to deal with people accused of trespassing on private property, warning businesses against misusing the authority of police officers. So they're doing something about it where these companies are taking advantage of the system when especially in a situation like that where obviously they were discriminated against because they were black.
Or because they didn't buy nothing.
Yes, it could have been that. But do you think had they been two white guys that the situation would have went the same way?
We gotta stop that.
We gotta stop what? Thinking that's the reason?
Mm-hmm. Because you already know.
That's the reason.
Everybody knows.
Okay.
Since slavery, we know.
All right.
What's needed to stop that? Nobody's willing to go that length. Everybody cops a plea when it goes, but they'll talk this shit online, everything a certain length, and then they stop. They run out of breath. They can't make it to the finish line.
Okay.
So you don't get to use this. Deal with it then. You know it's going to be different for white people. You know it's going to be different for Chinese people. You know it's going to be different for Hispanics. You know where you at on the totem pole. If you ain't willing to go the full length to make you to be humanized. Everybody gets sold out for something, a new Apple Watch, a new game, a big concert, Super Bowl, baseball. Like there's a lot of distractions that people aren't willing to compromise. So it wouldn't happen to if it was white people. Yeah, we know, and we know. And I'll see you the next March. Like I hear, like that's it. I'm done with. Like I'm really done with all the cry for me or let's stick together when it. Like no, motherfucker, fuck you. That's it. It bothers me, man. It bothers me that people want to just cry when they want to cry or point out racism when they want to point out racism. It's all racism. Everything is racism. And the ones that don't feel it as much is the ones that side with the racist people. Once they get billions, once you get millions, and now you have to capitulate to whatever they got because you know they could crush you in a heartbeat, however which way they want. Good, bad, and ugly. Like we know the game. Miss me with all this crying shit. When somebody's ready to, when I hear something realistically logical that makes sense, I'm all for it. Until then, that bitch should have got fired. I ain't mad that she got that money though.
But
that's the taxpayer money.
She got Starbucks. Starbucks paid that.
Oh, that's even better. I'm definitely not mad.
Yeah, Starbucks have to pay that.
Yeah,
she sued Starbucks. She ain't sued the government. She sued Starbucks over that shit.
Because Starbucks want to maintain that they don't promote racism, which is a lie.
Yeah.
Because they didn't, and the coffee wouldn't be so expensive. So black people could go there and buy some. That's why listen. Gotta call it how you see it, man. They just do enough to make you feel like they support black people or minorities or women or LGBT. Like there's so many groups that get bamboozled by these companies.
All right. Now that you bring up the LGBTQ community.
Oh shit.
There is a new king of beer in the United States. It is no longer Budweiser.
What?
It is Modelo Especial, a Mexican beer, is now America's favorite beer.
It is. It's mine.
So, of course, the big controversy with Bud Light, we discussed it last week, was the Dylan Mulvaney fiasco, where Bud Light decided to make a can. But the thing is, they didn't make the can for the public consumption. The special cans were made for him. I mean, her. Sorry, my apologies. Him, her. Yes.
For him.
She prefers she. So we're trying to be politically correct here. But anyway, Modelo, yes, the number one beer in America, and it's a Mexican beer.
And who said that is it?
That what?
Like LGBTQ put the stamp on that?
No, but they're a big supporter of the LGBTQ community.
Who, Modelo?
Yeah.
Listen.
They just didn't do it like Bud Light did and put it out there. Probably do it behind the scenes.
Listen. Modelo's a good drink, man. I don't care who they offend. That's what I'm drinking. Yeah, I thought about this. Like, what are you willing to give up? Like, you know, if people really dived into all the people who don't support certain shit, you wouldn't be wearing shit. You wouldn't be eating nothing. Like nobody. Hey, I told you, man, the old folks run this. And as long as old people run the world, racism will never die. Never. That's it. There's no hope, no prayers, no nothing. Racism will never die as long as old people run the world. Because that's all they know. That's the good old days. America great again. All those people.
Listen.
All those people.
These Mexicans are doing their thing. They just keep taking everything from America now.
Man, listen. They work hard for it. People laughed at them. Thought they was working for cheap for a reason. They send all their bread back. They buy very little. Then they sell Modelo. They get that money back to the country and then big the country up.
Yeah.
But Mexico ain't shit neither. It's all politics.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break, man. We'll be back.
Yesterday, I should have went and stopped and grabbed one just now too.
Oh, all right.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, Wize.
Are you in a life-holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. If you're looking for a sports program that gives you the flavor.
Washington Commanders? Really?
This whole thing stinks to high heaven.
That pulls no punches.
Thuggish act by a thuggish actor.
That gives you some humor.
Praise everything LeBron does and never criticize it.
If you want a show that gives you good times, then this is that show.
I am Cole Johnson, and welcome to
Cole Sports with a Z. Every Friday on Patreon and every Saturday on YouTube, Spreaker, and all other outlets. Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meet of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central. There's a 100% chance of a laugh thunderstorm. 4 men with different viewpoints take a movie, show, or documentary and review it uncensored, unfiltered, uncompromised, with no holds barred. Join BS3, Wilkes, King Dog, and H-Rap B as they take on Hollywood their own way. BS3 Network proudly presents The Forecast where A-Trap B always predicts.
If I owe you something, I ain't got it. And if you need it, get it from God.
Live every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
All right, and congratulations to the Denver Nuggets on winning the NBA Finals, man. They defeated the Miami Heat 4 games to 1.
They look good.
Jokic did his thing. He showed why he's been the MVP 2 of the last 3 years, and
should have been 3.
That's what a lot of people are saying. Some people are saying that Embiid shouldn't have won it, that Jokic should have won it for a 3rd year straight. But we all have an opinion on that. We all know why, I guess, because some people made some comments that the NBA beat writers who voted for the MVP were racist.
They killed me with this racist shit.
It was our boy Perk, Big Perk.
Yo, they killed me with this racist shit. Yo.
But the crazy shit was, before Jokic won, there had only probably been like 3 white people that won this shit in the last 30 years.
Yo, listen. They just killing me with this race. They cry racist for everything. Look, Embiid, way more talented. Had a great season. This nigga Joker averaged the triple-double, man. As a center. Embiid ain't averaged no triple-double, so he's that much better than Embiid this year. Then he goes on to average a triple-double in the playoffs. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it, man. They didn't want him. They was racist towards him because he come from another country. It wasn't about anything. Look, white people gonna get racism too if they come from another country. They will find a way to get you with something, yo. They hit you with something. You ain't from America. They get out of here. Taking our American sport. That's how some of them look at it. This is an American sport, man. It's not supposed to be represented. The face of the league, it shouldn't be Jokic, named Jokic. That's just the way some old people go. I told you these old people, man. These old people fucking stuck in their ways, man. They ain't pivoted. It's been like 100, 200 years. Yo, this racism shit started to be like bad. I told you I just see zeros and ones. You read between all the other bullshit, right? You get X out all the other bullshit. It's just zeros and ones.
Yeah. All right. So another thing that's going making a lot of rounds across the news is Gabrielle Union says she and Dwayne Wade split everything 50-50. What do you feel about that?
That's beautiful. I wish. That's a man's wish, nigga. The average man in a relationship with a wife, girlfriend, significant other, partner, whatever you partner, especially the word partner. You're my partner. 50-50 should be mandatory, just like a business. This is a partnership, right? Where's your half of the rent? Yo, I wish, nigga. I don't wish, but that would be my wish. 50-50. I ain't even trying to get over or nothing. Like 50-50 would be like such a relief for many men. Many men. 50-50 would be a relief. And I mean, I gotta respect that. I don't think it started that way, but they worked, they grew together, and they've developed a system, and 50-50 allows everybody to feel like head of the household. You can't be putting up 30 and then talk to the head of the house. Don't want to then want to claim head of the house. So, yo, look at the things that people.
But you could imagine the backlash that she's getting, because I'm sure women are like 50-50. Oh, girl, he shouldn't be paying. You shouldn't be paying anything.
This is where you gotta separate the women from the ladies.
You mean the girls, the women from the girls?
No, ladies. I don't know the girls. I don't talk to girls. I talk to ladies. Women understand that. Ladies is the girl. You crazy? I'm out for the dollar. Those are the grown folks. They ain't little girls. They ladies. They older than 18. Young lady. You ain't a woman until you are. I mean, that's a woman right there. Somebody that's not gonna have no excuse with 50-50.
Okay, so why is it when a man isn't doing the things that he's doing, supposedly doing, they call him a little boy, and now when I refer to a woman who isn't doing what she's doing as a little girl, it's an issue.
Because little girls don't even say shit like that, man. Little girls get that shit from ladies. This is not when we breaking shit down, nigga. It's never been about the little people. We don't have a middle thing. We don't have men, girls, ladies, women. We have boys, men.
Yeah.
So they have
girls, women.
All right, but no, you have your ladies.
No, man. When I think of a lady, I think of someone with class.
All right, and that don't mean that she's not. That she want to pay half. That don't mean she want to pay half. A lot of these girls with class don't want to pay half, dude. They don't even want to pay. They don't even want to pay. So when I say a woman, it's like the woman, like your grandma, like abuela, like a woman. Well, you ain't gonna say lady. That's a woman. That's a great woman.
Okay.
Women, the women that would like the women understand, like, yo, listen, women want to participate. Women don't want to be taken care of. A real woman don't want to be taken care of. She wants somebody that could benefit. Like that's what I would say. That's what I said. Men, everybody ain't men. These are gents. Or whatever you want to call them.
What?
Gents. You can't say gentlemen. You gotta just say gent. Just gents. Like I'm telling you, man, a partnership is the only thing that makes everybody feel like nobody's losing, nobody's compromising what their self.
Okay.
If you can afford to be a partnership, then that means you doing what you got to do on your end, and what I'm doing on my end, and we come together and bring it to the table. If you're doing what you're doing on your end and only go in your pocket, and I'm over here doing what I'm doing on my end, but it's going to us, no, makes no sense. That's why dating right now is mad trash, because then it's mad expensive to take a risk. I'd rather go to a casino. I know the odds. You know what I'm saying? I got better odds in the casino than I do with the women these days. It's just very tricky, man. So everybody's, I mean, I don't know what I might be bullshitting with the name, the proper name for each of this, but it's all 50-50 is great. I salute that. I seen he was on Shannon, Shea Club Shay, and that was in the notes, like 50-50. And I was like, man, you gotta respect that. It's okay to overspend on your partner. It's okay to spoil your partner. But it feels a lot better if you know that she got half of the rent.
On that note, we're gonna take that break right quick, man. On that note.
Alicia,
You can't hold somebody to that standard if you haven't voiced what you want and what you're needing from that.
Mika,
If you're not communicating expectations, you're waiting for your feelings to be hurt.
Nicole,
A lot of people don't want to take the time out to be alone and to get themselves together.
Ivan,
You got to be willing to work through stuff. And from the jump street, y'all done had problems. Maybe you don't need to be working through those.
BS3 Network proudly presents Queen 3 and King podcast. Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central.
That's why we here on this platform.
Marriage, a loving splendor, a daily grind. Such is the case when Damien and Jamie get together and chop it up, for marriage is real.
Let's just lay it all out here. Let's just be real with it.
Join this wonderful couple who keeps it real and always in love. BS3 Network proudly presents Marriage is Real, where love is the only thing that matters. Live every Tuesday at 8:30 Central. Oh, and Jamie has something to say.
Deuces and trays.
I want to show that attainability. I want to show the accessibility of this kind of lifestyle.
From social media to having conversations with friends and family, you always have to put on face and say face.
What brings a smile to my face is the one person that totally believes in me, and that's my beautiful wife, Jody.
I just had to stop because I didn't value myself. I didn't love myself. And it's like, I have to learn to love myself.
Changing the world one conversation at a time. This is Revelations.
All right, so this is a topic that we touched on probably a few episodes ago about the young black man that was choked to death on a New York City subway by a former United States Marine. He was indicted and they haven't really. So when they arrested him, they had booked him on second-degree manslaughter charges, right? But it's not clear on what his indictment charges are, on what he was actually indicted for right now.
So they charged him with second-degree
manslaughter. Well, when they arrested him, they charged him with second-degree manslaughter, which is bullshit because he murdered this man in cold blood.
And that came with a couple of other charges. He probably had a couple little charges that accumulate to, but that they could add on to that just because. But then he's a military guy, and as far as now, they got to figure out if it's in the first, the second, or the third. Was it manslaughter in the first degree? Manslaughter.
Well, they charged him for second-degree manslaughter, so it could be, but they're not coming. They're not telling what he was indicted on. They're not saying what charges he was actually indicted on. So he could have been charged with a murder. He could have been charged with murder, which would be understandable because if you look at the video, this dude was enjoying choking this motherfucker out.
And that's what they're gonna come back with that PTSD shit and say that they should do better for their soldiers,
the veterans.
Yep. And they'll say it and it'll sound good, but I know mad people that work in VA hospitals. It's not too far off from Tuskegee, how they treated the soldiers, man. Like, it sucks, man, to be a vet, man. That's why I say you shouldn't have to pay taxes, man, if you put your life on the line. As soon as you step on enemy territory, you should taxes and all that shit should not even be an issue for you. Gotta give them a chance to go at least have to use the money they got to pay for his therapy.
But it's crazy because you got people who say he acted as a vigilante and he took it too far with his chokehold. Then of course you got others feeling that he shouldn't face charges at all because they described him as a good Samaritan. There was reports that Jordan Neely was harassing folks down in the subways and that Penny stepped up to protect others. That's what they're saying.
I'm saying a military vet needs to be just like that should be mandatory therapy. That's it. There's certain things that when you come back from, man, they're programmed to kill people. They're not programmed to hurt you. Those are walking assassins.
So you don't think he did it because he was black?
Doesn't matter the race now. It don't matter the race. We won't know because there wasn't a white dude screaming in the train or harassing people. We won't know. That's what I'm saying. It's nice that scenario is. I can't play the scenario because we won't know. You won't be free or around to choke the next white dude that somebody says Captain America needs Captain America. Like all that shit is trash. He's wrong for killing a black dude. Racist or not racist. You gotta think about it. If anybody should not be racist, it should be the guys that gotta stand next to a black and white and Asian guy and fucking stay alive. Like they gotta stay alive. I'm pretty sure the color didn't really like. Nigga, you my brother for that as long as I'm here. So he probably just was going through some shit. And if race was involved, of course, the narrative is easy to throw, but he's a military vet that shouldn't be just roaming the train stations without being cleared. Not you came back and nobody gives a fuck. They celebrate you because of what you did, but they don't give a fuck about where your head is at. What triggers you to kill somebody who might snap. Like, you got to know all this. What's the triggers? If somebody yells too loud, will you choke them? It's just mad different shit. Like, they don't take care of nothing. There's always, prevention is better than cure, but prevention is not the American way. They just like the cure. The cure is more lucrative. In this case, there's mad military vets walking around that the average hood nigga probably will think he's a regular average Joe, and something bad can happen. Something bad can happen, and that ain't just men. There's vets. When I say vets, that means all vets, and that you could try to harass the wrong woman. Shit happens, and we can't make it a race thing. They need help. And also, other people, they was trained to protect the United States. To them, anything could be a threat. Like you gotta just like having police, like you gotta have psych evals. Now these psych evals need to be not just a quick test. It has to be courses. It has to be scenarios, real life scenarios that pop up sporadically like a test, and you just respond to it and they catch how you like some things have to be like, those are serious mental health jobs. It's mental health just being American. Imagine being a military vet and all the things they told you to tell, you sworn to secrecy, all this shit that you got to hold in. So I don't know. I don't think about it as race when it comes to that, just because I know what, like, just from so many people that I know that in the army, that's Army, Navy, like Those stories you don't hear, man. I think these are all Hollywood. I don't be hearing this, and I know a lot of vets, female and everything. Nobody told. I mean, I don't ask crazy stories because I know it's like sororities. Everybody's sworn to some secrecy. There's some things you can't tell. You don't think that the person will accept if you told them. Well, they'll protect me from knowing the evils. So I get it, but I ain't running to none that just was like. They have little things that's different about them, a twitch, something that you be like, wow. And you got so much love for them, like you ain't gonna be like, yo, you all right? Like, nah, he's doing good. He ain't do nothing, but I could see him snapping somebody's neck. I feel bad for the nigga, for the motherfucker that just like runs up on him on a bad day. Like, he could get triggered. So even when we out with Cuzzo, I'd be like, shh. I'd be at the restaurant. I'd just be happy that he's there. He's chilling. I always wonder what's going through his brain and how he receives the conversation that we all have. Like, that's the shit I think about when I sit next to him. I'll be like that, but I wonder if he like any of this really funny to him or anything. Like, how good is he? Like, I try to find out how good the bet is. And that's just the way I look at it. So it's sad that it's a vet. It's sad that vets are even in a position where they're not even, you put your life on line for the country. Like, you shouldn't even be in a train. Fuck the president and driving around for the rest of his life for security, man. Like, these are the people that need that type of attention. Like, yo, like a facility to go to, everything. It shouldn't have to cost them a dime. Like, one dime, nigga. It shouldn't cost them a dime. How are we taxing the people that put their life on the line so we could fuck off?
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna bash him, yo. I got nothing bad to say about him. I feel more mad at America when vets get caught up in something like this. They act like, oh, yeah, he's a good citizen. He probably stood away from y'all crazy motherfuckers. And then the one time he go out, some nigga tripping or whatever, and he chokes him. Or he got triggered, the train, the noise.
So it's PTSD?
Anything, dude. I be triggered by shit. I don't be triggered to that extent, but there's things that pop, that a smell, aroma, and you be like, wow, and it take you to a time. And everybody goes through that. This ain't even
to a time where you ready to choke the nigga out.
Not like that, man. But I know I don't have nightmares, so I don't have those dreams of me, a nigga like shooting at me, or I don't have those experiences. So I don't gotta be. I'm not traumatized like that. But I still drive around the block, circle the block twice before I park it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, just bad habits. It's triggered. You move in a certain neighborhood, you circle the block twice. You know what I'm saying? It's just things that, and this is for real shit. So imagine being a vet and you're in a train station, the most chaotic place in the world a vet should not be. You got all types of noise. Anybody yelling, Tourette's, anything going on in a fucking train station. That's the last place you want to vet.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not making a defense for him or nothing. I'm just saying, like, I look at when I hear vets like that, because of the vets I know and the vet that raised me and shit like that. I just didn't, that wasn't, those are the stories I heard. Like, he didn't share shit with me, but he definitely ain't shared, like, fear your life of every human or people. Like, they good people. Vets is good people until you trigger them. And then when you trigger them, you can't be mad at their response. They only know go. They don't know no 50-50, 25-70. They know go. Whether it's we in America now, you're not overseas, you're not at war. They know go.
Yeah.
We celebrate that. We honor that. We honor them in every sport because they on go. Can't be hypocritical now. You gotta blame America. You gotta blame the presidents and them for not taking care of these niggas. Stop letting the niggas that these dudes are the ones on the hook for that. They're on the hook for a lot of the violence and crime in America. That's what I'm saying. America, they set it up. It's just a setup. But the vets, man, come on, you can't have a nigga ready to die for you, man. Taking bullets, losing friends, looking at everyone as the enemy, and then you bring them back home and just set them free amongst the wild. You let them loose in the wild, man. Something's gonna die.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to the young man who lost his life. I'm not making it light of that. I'm just saying, look who did it. It's not like cops do it, and they say that they need psych evals. So what you think they're gonna tell you about this guy? That's why they ain't putting nothing out like the way we'll put it out if it was anybody else.
Yeah.
There's secrets that still gotta be. He's a military vet. There's a code. That's just like the police. He's not gonna go to regular. I mean, I don't know. Depends on how he left and what his rank was. Whether he go to, I don't know how that works. All I know is people need to pay attention to how that we self-implode them. And they put all the traps out there for people to just take the bait. And people take the bait.
Yeah.
So it could be a black and white thing. It could be a PTS thing. It could be, but what you think they're gonna run with? It definitely ain't gonna be black and white. That's what I'm saying. The narrative will not be it was a white vet killing. Because now you don't want people to be coming at the vets like they came at the police. Saying that all ex-vets and shit should be like psych evaled and all this shit. Now that's a group that's feeling attacked. And that's the wrong group to attack. You know, man. That's the wrong. Y'all not ready for the group that's out here. Y'all better leave these boys alone. They toys is different. They don't even gotta be 100 feet near you, 100 yards. Nah, I'm just saying, man, it sucks. I'm not laughing. I'm sad. It's like I'm just joking because I always make light of this shit because I ain't getting all serious. But this shit is sad, yo. The world is losing itself. We losing our identity. We losing the value in America. And people gonna die in that hill that we doing, all right? And they're gonna blame it on the president. Nah, nigga, you played a part in this. Everybody played a part in this, man. I'm glad y'all. I hope y'all like what's becoming of whatever the fuck y'all was doing. Had planned.
Yeah. All right, but we gonna end it on that note. You got anything to say?
I'm just excited for my clothes to get here, man. That's it.
Yeah, the OG clothing line will be out. We got some
real Wize, man. It's the next chapter.
We got some samples coming back.
That's right. The samples are coming. They are in the mail. Air mail.
Yeah. So big shout out again to BS3 Network for having us a part of their family.
Big shout out. Because I thought I'd have got kicked off a long time ago.
Yeah. And big shout out to everybody who's out there supporting us, checking out all the content that we're doing. Check out Stuck in My Mind podcast every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Real Wize TV, Stuck in My Mind podcast YouTube channel, the BS3 Network on Roku, on Real Wize Productions Facebook group page if you're a part of that. Check out me and my man Cole Johnson on Mentality every Monday on Real Wize TV at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I guess you can also catch it Wednesdays on the BS3 Network.
Oh, That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So that's all I have for tonight.
That's all I had for tonight. It was kind of fun.
All right. Yeah,
I
we
still
had a
laugh
good
at
show.
every segment. That was
It was
good.
a good show. It was a good show. I thought we had a good show. But, hope everybody out there has a great night. What's up?
As long as I could joke on during the segment, then it's a good segment.
Yeah.
We ain't had no tragic ones.
Then there was some serious topics in there, but we also had all this fun. But that's how we're gonna end it like that. So I hope everybody have a blessed night. Enjoy your weekend.
Definitely happy Father's Day. If you
happy Father's Day to all the wonderful fathers out there. Peace out.
Peace.